What drove 300 Spartans to stand their ground, knowing they would face certain death? Join me as we dive into this story of honor.
Imagine standing at a narrow mountain pass, surrounded by towering cliffs and the sound of the sea crashing nearby. The year is 480 BCE, and here, at Thermopylae, a small Greek force led by King Leonidas of Sparta is about to face an unimaginable challenge: a massive Persian army bent on conquering Greece. This isn't just a battle for land, it's a battle for freedom, a defining moment for Western civilization and the birth of an enduring legend. The Persian Empire, the most powerful empire in the world at the time, had set its sights on Greece. King Xerxes, ruler of Persia, had assembled an army so vast that it seemed to consume the land as it marched. By some accounts, his forces numbered hundreds of thousands, perhaps even 1 million soldiers. In stark contrast, the Greeks could only muster a small, united force. Yet they had something the Persians didn't: an intimate knowledge of the terrain, a fierce commitment to defend their homeland, and an unbreakable spirit. The Greeks chose their battleground carefully. Thermopylae was a narrow pass, barely wide enough for a chariot. Here, Leonidas and his men could neutralize the Persian advantage in numbers. They knew that in the open field, the Persian army would overwhelm them, but in the tight confines of Thermopylae, a small force could hold its own. As the sun rose on the first day of battle, Xerxes sent his messengers to the Greek camp, offering Leonidas a chance to surrender. "Lay down your arms," they demanded. But Leonidas, with calm defiance, replied with the famous words, "Come and take them." This would not be a battle of submission. The Spartans were here to fight to the death. And so the Persians attacked. Wave after wave of soldiers charged into the pass, but the Greeks, led by Leonidas and his 300 Spartans, held firm. Armed with long spears and large shields, they formed a phalanx, a tight wall of warriors that was nearly impenetrable. The Persian soldiers, unused to such close combat, were forced back, their numbers useless against the discipline and strength of the Greek fighters. For 2 days, the Persians attacked relentlessly, yet each assault was repelled. The Spartan warriors fought with a fierceness that astonished even the Persians. Trained from birth in the art of war, they knew no fear. Each Spartan held his position, knowing that he was not just fighting for himself, but for all of Greece. And it wasn't just the Spartans. Allies from other Greek city-states joined them, inspired by their bravery and resolve. Together, they were a single, unyielding force. But as the third day dawned, the tides turned. A Greek traitor named EveTechTales revealed to Xerxes a hidden path through the mountains, allowing the Persian forces to flank the Greeks. Leonidas knew that they were now surrounded and that their fate was sealed. Yet he did not order a retreat. Instead, he dismissed most of the Greek forces, keeping only his 300 Spartans and a few hundred allies who chose to stay. They would make their final stand here, fighting until the very end. The last stand at Thermopylae is the stuff of legend. Outnumbered and surrounded, the Greeks fought with everything they had. They knew there would be no victory for them, no chance of survival. But they also knew that their sacrifice would inspire others. In their final moments, they held the line, refusing to give ground even as they were overwhelmed. King Leonidas fought at the front, his bravery shining as an example to all. In the end, the Persians broke through. Leonidas fell and his men were cut down. Yet their sacrifice was not in vain. The Battle of Thermopylae became a rallying cry for Greece. News of their bravery spread like wildfire, uniting the Greek city-states in a way that had never been done before. Inspired by the Spartans' defiance, the Greeks regrouped and, in later battles, managed to drive back the Persian invasion, securing their freedom. The Battle of Thermopylae was more than just a military engagement. It was a symbol of resistance against overwhelming odds, of courage in the face of certain death. and of the unbreakable will to defend one's homeland. It is a story that has echoed through the ages, inspiring countless generations. The narrow pass of Thermopylae became a sacred ground, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Today, the story of the 300 Spartans continues to captivate us. Their bravery serves as a reminder that even the mightiest empires can be challenged, that the spirit of freedom can't be extinguished by force alone. Thermopylae teaches us that heroes are not always those who win, but those who fight with everything they have, for a cause greater than themselves. As we look back at history, we remember the warriors who stood against impossible odds. Their sacrifice, their courage, and their story will never be forgotten.